to Purple Parlor, episode 48. Vikings get a big win against a divisional rival on the road against the Lions. And we're going to talk about it right after this.
I say the same. I say the same. All right.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Purple Parlor, episode 48. It is your boy SK, Realistic Randy, Rap in the house as always. We're back. We're back, baby.
We back,
so
baby.
back,
I
though?
got you, man.
Are we back or are we still back?
We're
I had
back.
to play the sound bit.
We're back. Got a little shaky for a couple weeks. We have some concerns. We're battling some internal demons, as you say. But hey, we're back. I think we got exactly what we wanted to see outside of an obvious win against the Detroit Lions. But yeah, man, 27-24 in Detroit. We've heard Detroit Lions fans talk shit for the past couple years, and we just sat back and let them talk. We let them have their time. Well, now it's our time. All right. We're back to 4-4. That division is all within a game's reach.
Yep.
And the Vikings are back in the win column. How are we feeling, fellas?
I'm feeling great. And I know that the main staple of this video is going to be about the quarterback position, McCarthy, and I couldn't agree more. We're going to talk a lot about him, but I have a question for you folks. Rap, SK. Why does the NFL hate Miles Price so much?
I don't know, man.
Every single time he breaks off for a big run, and it's always late. Every single time you see a flag come out. I'm at the point now where it's like, all right, do y'all just not like having kickoff returns? You want scoring to only be done by the offense, leading to a touchdown or a field goal by the kicker? If you don't like kickoffs and the kickoff returns, what are we doing here? Why? Why have it in the first place? Let's just say, fuck it. Every single time that a team scores and it's the other team's ball, have them start at the 25.
Yeah.
Let's just cut
It's like
through the
it's like
bullshit.
playing half court basketball. You know what I mean? Just check at
Seriously.
the top of the key. You feel me? Like straight
This
up.
man has had so many, I would say at least 200 yards stolen from him in terms of the kickoff returns. And off of these penalties, ticky-tack penalties, like holding, where it's just, and you can call those plays every single kickoff return, just like you can probably call holding on every single pass play. It's ridiculous. And Miles Price is getting royally screwed by these officiating crews, by the NFL. But you know what? I'm off it. All right, McCarthy, let's.
No,
I
get you with that though, man. You know, and shout out to we'll give Kwesi a little shout out here, or whoever had their hands in the pot with that pickup, man, for him winning that job. You know, winning that kickoff because he seems like he's really good at it, even on the punt side of things. Like, I mean, he just seems like an all around good returner. So I'm glad we got him on the squad, man. Shout out to him. He would have busted that game open, bro, if it wasn't. But I will say, Thomas though. Bro, he's asking to get cut though, bro. This dude, not only did he have that penalty, which it was a hold. I seen when he came to the sideline, you do the lip read, and he said, I didn't even touch him. Like he was telling the coach, I didn't even touch him, right? So then they played a replay, and I'm like, dog.
Yeah, he was under the pads on that.
Grabbed him, bro. Like your hand was all up under the pad, bro. Like seriously. And then right after that, on the next special teams play, the punt, he's running out of bounds, bro. Like just not even trying to get back in bounds. It's like, dog,
that's right. I forgot about that play too.
Yeah, like it's just, man, you gotta do better there, Thomas, man, for sure, man. Seemed like a good dude, but you gotta do better, bro. For real.
If they trade for somebody by the trade deadline, 37 would be the first to get cut to make room for that new player.
Yeah,
that was pathetic.
That was pathetic, man.
Yeah, that definitely hurt us. But hey, look, let's stay positive, guys. We won. We beat the Lions. We're 2-0 in the division.
Yeah.
And then JJ McCarthy played good. So obviously, we got to talk about JJ McCarthy. He's gonna be the hot topic. Obviously, this is a team win. Defense played out of their minds. The offensive play calling was probably the best we've seen all year thus far. I think we can all agree on that. Although there was some shaky parts down the stretch where maybe some questionable decisions down the stretch, but overall, very, very good play calling throughout that game. The special teams, Miles Price gave us that spark. Will Reichert was on point as always. But yes, JJ McCarthy, the stat line may not prove what he really did in this game or what we wanted out of him in this game, but 14 for 25, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and quarterback rating of 82.6, which is crazy. His first game against the Bears threw
Same
for
exact stats.
yards,
Damn near.
2 touchdown passes, 1 rushing, and 1 interception. The exact same
Yeah.
stat line he had in the game against the Bears. But just grading just McCarthy's performance, what would you guys give him for a grade for yesterday's game?
Go ahead, Rap.
Man, I'm gonna give him this right here, man.
Hey, listen, I was gonna tell you to clip that, and I'm glad I didn't have to tell you. You already did.
You know I'm on it, man. Look, he did to me. He did exactly what I expected, but I mean, he also surprised me too, as far as he went in there and played the Lions like that, because this was a tough game, bro. Like, for him to stay poised as he did, you got to give him his props. He's only going to get better now. Now it's about stacking the games. I think that's what's important, is like stack the games, man. Get some games under your belt. But he did, man. I grade him. I'm gonna give him at least I say a B plus. All right, I won't say A all the way, because there were some throws that I feel like were easy throws that he made hard, and it might have just been rust or whatever the case may be. There were easy throws that he made super hard that could have been first downs, man. A couple of them that were him rolling out. And usually in college, man, coming out of college, he was really good at those type of throws. So I don't see it being an issue moving forward. I think it'll be something that he can correct fairly quickly, just because he was so good at that same type of throw in college. But I mean, look, man, you gotta give the guy his props, bro. Like, he gave the team juice yesterday.
Absolutely.
Like, yes, the defense balled out, but I think the locker room, just knowing that they have their leader back. I mean, Justin Jefferson was talking about it heading into the game. A lot of the players were talking about it, because they obviously going to ask them about JJ McCarthy. You can just feel the excitement, the extra juice. He was the confidence boost that we needed, man. The team got their boy back. And look how the locker room reacts to him, man. Hey, the boy is savage, man. I'm glad he's back, man. That's a fact. Stay healthy.
Definitely play with more energy, for sure.
Rap, you talked about how McCarthy did exactly what it is that you thought that he would.
Yeah.
For me, he did exactly what I hoped that he would. It was just a matter of if he was going to do it or not. But I mean, that was a big step as far as his progression is concerned. I know that on a baseline scale compared to the rest of the league, the numbers are whatever, but 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing touchdown, and him having to save KOC's ass play calling at the end. I mean, that really showed me something, that even in the event where you get a questionable play call, that perhaps McCarthy can more often than not overcome those mistakable play calls. So, I mean, I was very impressed, because I expected this to be a loss, but I was just hoping to see something from McCarthy. We got all of that and the win. That was a good game. That was a good outing. I was very, very impressed by number 9.
Yeah. What would you grade his performance?
His performance. So this is as it relates to him, not the rest of the league, and
just
what
him.
quarterbacks standardly do.
Yeah.
His performance, I might have to give it an A minus, based off of what we saw the first 2 games of the year, and going from that to being hurt again. Now the thing is, he's got to stay healthy, man. You got to be durable the rest of the way, or as much as you can. But the way that he looked yesterday, where it was, I mean, we can nitpick all we want to, but it's different from the 4th quarter against Chicago. This was over the course of a game that he was making plays. Could have been better, sure, but all of the passes that was thrown behind his receivers or too high. And I talked about this yesterday. Those are correctable things. Those are specific things that he can work on. That's a big difference from that to, okay, can you look like you belong to play in the NFL? Nah, I'll give it an A minus.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
go, man.
think we're
I'm gonna drag it. I'm gonna drag it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
Dog in the
drag it.
street. Yeah, I think we're all around the same. I'd give it a B plus.
Boo. Both
My
of you.
I
Hey,
know
look,
we tripping. Damn.
I'm a tough grade. I'm a tough grade. But yeah, I give it B plus. But the most important thing that I gotta hit out of his performance, I I could deal with the inaccuracies from time to time at this portion of his career. I could deal with him missing somebody high. I could or if footwork being a little quirky a little bit. I can deal with that right now. What I want to see is that he's making the right read. He's going through his progressions. He's knowing who to get the ball to. And that's exactly what we saw. We necessarily didn't see any time where JJ had to really fit it in there between double coverage or he's throwing in the triple coverage like Jordan Love down the field. Like it was all calculated. He was locked in. He was confident. And you can tell through his mechanics that they got better since week 1 and week 2, even being injured and not having playing time during that 7 weeks, I think we or 6 or 7 weeks we
5 or
went without
6.
him. 5 or 6, somewhere along those lines. He improved in those 5 to 6, 7 weeks that you wouldn't necessarily expect because he was dealing with an injury. He wasn't active. He didn't go on IR, but he didn't necessarily get that live game action and get used to that game speed that you would want a young guy to get to where you can see those improvements. We saw those improvements just from him practicing for 4 weeks because 4 of those weeks, he wasn't even practicing. So to see that improvement from week 1 and week 2 here in week 9 now, this was week 9 is that's exactly what you want to see out of your young quarterback. So he's making all the right decisions. There was times where he even said himself, he left some meat on the bone. That's fine. That's okay. You're a young quarterback and you being self-aware enough to say, you know what? I played a decent game, but there's a whole lot more to improve on. And I think we all understand that. But we all also understand that he's a young guy and he's going to have these growing pains. And that's perfectly fine. It's okay. It's okay to have a B performance in your third start on a road divisional win. Like, we'll take
Yeah.
that every day of the week. So
Yeah.
just continue to let him progress. I think he's going to be fine. But like Randy said, it's all going to come down to his health, in my opinion. He has all the intangibles that you want out of a quarterback. The footwork, the inaccuracies that come here and there, that can be worked on. Those can be tightened up with KOC and Josh McCown as your quarterback coach. All that stuff's going to get tightened up over time. We don't need to worry about that. But all the other stuff that you can't necessarily teach a quarterback, he has those things. So I have no doubt that he's going to be a guy in this league and he's going to be our guy at the quarterback position. My concern is just being able to be out there to be our guy.
Oh, that's a fact.
So
I think something that hasn't really been discussed or mentioned that much from yesterday's game, or at least I noticed it anyway, was that I feel like JJ McCarthy's pocket presence was, I mean, all things considered, really good. That he was able to move around and evade pressure. There were a couple of times I thought the offensive line did okay, but he saved the offensive line many, many times by getting outside the pocket and stepping up in the pocket when things would crash on the edge. By the way, Brian O'Neill, it's I don't know. Hopefully we see something going on because I feel like this all started last year where he took a little bit of a dip, but this year it's been a bit concerning, especially with the injuries as well. But I thought his pocket presence was really good, and if anything, I would say that's the most impressive thing that I've seen from McCarthy that I saw from him in yesterday's game. The amount of times that he avoided negative plays by basically having eyes all around his head to where he can see what's going on without turning, but staying locked in on his reads. That was really, really impressive for me.
Yeah, and him calling checks at the line.
Yep.
Like him calling his
Pre-snap.
protection, pre-snap, all that stuff, man. Like he was in his bag, man. Like he was ready to go. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He wore that blue collar shirt for a reason. He was ready to go to work, you know. And I want to talk about that first throw to Jordan Addison too.
Man,
that bomb to
dime.
Jordan Bird. That was a dime. Jordan Addison. I guarantee if that same play was to happen again, Jordan Addison coming down with that ball, bro. That was a dot, boy. He knows that you can't place that ball any better, man.
Yeah.
That right there would have set it off. But yeah, man, great. Just I know we gotta temper our expectations a little bit because we've seen this story before. We've seen the Bears game, and then it's the same type of situation too. Then we go back home and face the Falcons, and it looks horrible. So same thing. He goes out here, he balls, and now we got to come back home against the Ravens. The homecoming has to be lit. That's what I want. I want him to go off in the bank this Sunday. That will set it off. At that point, I'm gonna tell you right now, if JJ McCarthy go off, ain't nobody talking me off the horse, bro. I'm riding that shit. I'm telling you, nobody gonna talk me off the horse. I expect him to go crazy. Shout out Carrot, man, with the $2. I see you, man. You said,
all right.
What's up, Kings? Is Dallas Turner a bust? Oh man,
I think that's a conversation.
He definitely ain't and he ain't playing like no first round pick.
He's not. Yeah, I would agree with that. He's not playing like a first round pick. That said, I wouldn't label him a bust just yet. I think because he's been placed in the starter role, which you would think as a former first round pick he would be ready for, him having to take over for AVG is probably asking too much of him right now. But I think as a rotational piece, he's just fine. He was making plays earlier this season, and it's just kind of fallen by the wayside. But I don't think he's a bust. I know it's easy to look at him and then look at Jarrett Verse over there with the Rams and say, oh, we could have had this guy. But I would give it another year before I'm like, all right. I'll
say this. I think it was a bad pick, though, the way you went about it, because you traded up to get him. You don't trade up in the first round to get a rotational piece, bro, especially in his second year from Alabama, man. This dude is supposed to be out there balling.
To be honest,
AVG is supposed to be the rotational piece.
I don't think when we signed Gink, I don't think we expected him to be such a huge impact on this defense.
Absolutely not.
I think they were planning, okay, this is kind of a 1-year deal until we may have had plans to draft a defensive end or edge rusher in the draft already. And then say, you know what, Van Ginkel, he's going to kind of be that veteran guy this year. And then our first round pick will kind of come into his own in year 2. And then Van Ginkel went out there and had a damn Pro Bowl caliber, damn near all pro caliber year. I think he had 12 sacks last year, if I'm not mistaken. 12 sacks, 2 pick sixes, like just had a ridiculous season. So I believe that kind of was a surprise to the front office. And obviously you go and you give him an extension. Dallas Turner isn't going to be playing as much. He's not going to be able to get that game speed, that playing time, which we say is so important for JJ McCarthy. Those game reps for Dallas Turner are also very important. He's also very young. He's also progressing as a young player in the NFL. People forget Dallas Turner is 23, I think.
Yeah,
20, he might be 22 as well.
He's just like JJ. Yeah, they're both young.
Yeah, but I remember they made a point of these are like the 2 youngest guys that were drafted in the first round, both going to the Vikings. So give them a little time, but I can sense the frustration from the fan base as well as myself. But if Van Ginkel's out there, I think we're good, guys.
But this is the thing, bro. That goes back to bad evaluation, though. Like, I mean, yes, I get what you're saying, SK, but like, I'm the man. Forget that, bro. Like, I'm sick of making excuses for this front office, dog. Like, if that was the case, like,
welcome aboard.
And yes,
Ginkel
wasn't. First of all, shout out to our SKOL bro, man, with the $49.99.
Whoa,
let me get to that, man.
Much appreciated.
Let's go, man. Shout out, SKOL.
You might as well get all the shout outs right now. We haven't done shout outs yet.
Well, real quick though, man. Let me get to this, right? Because my thing is this: AVG, you should have evaluated that situation a little better and knew that he was going to be good. That's why you went out and got him. And then you could have made a smarter decision in the draft. My problem with Dallas Turner is this: it's the action that was taken to get him. If you would have just stayed in the second round or traded up in the second, he fell in your lap or something like that. Okay, that's one thing. You went out of your way, bruh. Like you went out of your way. That's where the problem lies. Again, a failure to evaluate these players and really understand, because I expect him to come in and be an impact player right away. Maybe half a season. Okay, but then after that, bro, like I'm trying to see you ball, especially being an edge rusher. Like, come on, dog. You're supposed to come in and make an impact somewhat right off the bat, bro, as a first round pick. I'm watching all these other first round picks do it. You know what I mean? Like all these other edge rushers, linebackers that are drafted in the first round, bro, they're out there instantly, dog. Like straight up making impact plays. I don't know. I'm still going to support them and ride behind them, but again, I just think it was a failure to evaluate correctly from our front office.
Yeah, I think we're all on board there. The evaluation process, but also the development process. When's the last time we seen a player really develop and come up through our ranks? The last person that did that
In a minute.
was Josh Metellus. That was a Zimmer guy. Now, obviously, he became the starter in the KOC era, but he was developed by the Zimmer regime. Trey Waynes, we can talk all the shit we want about Trey Waynes at the time, but he developed. We saw him go from a special teams player. He was a first round pick, granted. He went from a special teams player. He worked his way up and became a starter. We saw the same thing with Adam Thielen. Worked his way up as an undrafted free agent, became one of the best receivers in the league at one point in time. Now, he's obviously past his prime, but we saw that so many times under Zimmer. And as much as we hated Zimmer at the end of his career with the Vikings, he developed players on both sides of the ball, not just on the defensive side of the ball. So it's been a while since we've seen a player develop in our system. It's all just picks we drafted and ended up cutting or trading. Outside of guys like Jordan Addison, who was already an elite receiver when we drafted him, Donovan Jackson looks to be like he's going to be a guy in the league, so which is good, which I will give Kwesi in that front office credit for that. So far, we're only half a season through, so there's still more time to evaluate. But outside of that, we're kind of resting our hat on JJ McCarthy, because if JJ McCarthy doesn't pan out, then you're going to start seeing national heads start looking at Kwesi like, wait a minute.
I don't know about that. I wish it was like that, but if you remember with the Zimmer days when it was clearly over, where he should have been fired, I called for his head, for his job 3 years before he actually got fired. And the automatic
That's the OG
protection,
Randy. I remember.
the automatic protection, because it's not rocket science. It's like stuff that's right in front of your face. But I think this is not just with the Vikings fan base, but with practically every fan base, maybe even across every pro sports league across the world. It's like, we're fans, we love the team, and if you don't say that everything is 100% perfect, and I love all of this because even though they made this mistake here, it worked out in the end. If you don't kiss ass 100% of the time, you're going to get pushback. That's just what comes with the territory. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
When it came to Zimmer, called it out 3 years in advance. And as it relates to the current regime right now, KOC, not saying he should be fired. Kwesi, not saying that he should be fired. But if we're going to do this collaboration stuff and get together and make these collective decisions, that scouting department, I don't care. And Rap, you already know how I feel about that scouting department.
Oh, yeah.
I do not care how the rest of the season goes in terms of if they make the playoffs. I'm only interested in McCarthy's development and can he stay healthy the rest of the way. But as far as going into the following offseason, I've seen enough from this front office that they don't know what they're doing. All three of us could be in the scouting department and we would do a damn better job than what the scouting department has actually produced. You have Addison, you've got Donovan Jackson, you've got maybe Terrion Ingram Dawkins, and it's starting to look like maybe you've got something here with JJ McCarthy. But outside of that, we're talking about what, 4 draft classes with very little to show for it. No matter what happens this season, like, enough is enough. We're talking about 30 something people, 30 plus people in that front office. I want them all gone, with the exception of Kwesi, if he can have the self-awareness, the wherewithal to say, all right, this collaboration thing, it's great if we can have great minds coming together. And right now, the minds that have been coming together the last 4 years are just empty-headed. Like, respectfully, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Will Reichert too. Shout out Will Reichert.
Will Reichert.
Absolutely.
Can't forget Will Reichert.
Can't forget about Will the Thrill. Can't forget about Will.
Never that. So we'll move on to this. We got to win against, and I think we all agree, the best team in the NFC North, one of the better teams in the NFC, if not maybe the best team in the NFC. Who knows? We don't want to give them that credit. But you have a big win on the road against a divisional rival. We were down in the dumps last week. We're back to 500. We're 4-4. We're a game out of first place in our own division. We're still in the hunt for the playoffs, obviously. Has your expectations changed from a week ago?
Go ahead, Rap.
Absolutely. Shit. Absolutely. My expectations definitely changed. I mean, I was leaning after that Chargers game, I gotta say, as a fan, I was leaning like, all right. The only thing, like kind of what Randy was saying, the only thing that's important now is just watching JJ McCarthy, being excited about that. I was pushing the narrative last week, though, about, hey, fans, and let's be excited. At least we get to see number 9 play, and we get to at least evaluate this and see if we have a guy or not, right? Now that we went in and handled business, and that defense looked the way they looked, okay? The offense looked pretty good. I can see them getting better and finding that timing. JJ McCarthy, obviously, just getting the reps. The more reps, the better for him. I think the game will slow down for him. So, now I was telling Randy backstage. Now I'm thinking we go into the Ravens game. Our confidence is high through the roof, bro. Like, we feel like we're back in it. The Packers losing yesterday was a key. The Bears should have lost, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. If the Bears would have lost yesterday, bro, you talk about a perfect weekend of football.
Man.
I mean, that would have been a straight flush. You hear me? But I like where we're at right now. So I'm going into next week's game against the Baltimore Ravens with all expectations that we gonna win. All right, are we gonna kick their ass? I don't know. I won't say that, but I will say that our team. We have a team that can beat the Baltimore Ravens. They're not that great, bro.
Yeah.
They are a 3-win football team. All right. Let's not act like they the Ravens from a couple years ago, even last year. You know, they usually are. They usually at this point they usually only have 1 or 2 losses on their record, but they've been taking L's even with Lamar Jackson. So it's all good, bro. Let's handle business. We can beat this football team. Let's get it done.
Okay, Randy, where's your expectations?
To protect myself, I'm staying where I previously stated where I'm going to be the rest of the season. It's all about JJ McCarthy for me. As far as what this means the rest of the season, I have no idea. I will say, as it pertains to the Ravens, that their defense is pure ass. And McCarthy, if he plays the way that he did against the Lions yesterday, he can find his open receivers. And you know what? I got to mention this guy's name because I didn't know about this guy or his name until yesterday. There's something about great players, especially great players who stay professional and just mind their own business. A guy like Justin Jefferson, who he just lets his game do the talking. And you had this dude, Amik Robertson, who I don't even know if any of you guys or anyone in the chat heard of that name before yesterday, sitting there barking up a storm. He really wanted Jets' attention. Just going up to him and bark, bark, bark. And Jets just
Jets
kept
just
on
walking right
walking like
past him.
he's just walking right past them. And when you can keep your calm like that, and I think McCarthy can have that as well. He's into the, I don't know, the Tai Chi and the meditation and all that stuff, whatever it is that
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
When you are locked in like that to where you can ignore the noise but still make plays, you're going to be a special player. But
Yeah.
as far as the Ravens, they have no defense. It's going to be really tough to stop Lamar Jackson. But I think because of the Ravens' lack of defense, it could be a toss up. But I
yeah,
don't have the expectations that, oh, they're going to win this or they're going to
Mhm.
win the NFC North. That doesn't matter to me this year. I just want to firmly believe at season's end that, all right, this is definitely our franchise quarterback. And I think
yeah,
if we
Yeah.
get the remaining, what, they're 4-4 now. So if we get the remaining 9 regular season games where he at least gets better and better, regardless of the outcome, W or an L, I'm
Mhm.
happy with that. I
okay,
just want to know, because we've waited for so long, man, at this position where things suddenly it looks like you got a spark. Sam Bradford,
Mhm.
you traded for him, and all of a sudden he looks good, but then he gets hurt. Teddy Bridgewater, you drafted him. All right, wasn't necessarily great his first year, but
yeah,
his second year, you got to the playoffs, and that led to the Blair Walsh wide left and Case Keenum and all. It's like all of these different things. Like I just want to feel for the first time confidently that we are stable at the most important position in all of sports. Everything else is just sprinkles on top.
Yeah.
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 And Tuiva, real quick, I said Tuiva got a point where he said, "Do not forget, we're still on pattern," meaning that, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show, JJ McCarthy ball at same exact stats too, which makes it even more scarier, bro.
We're
Which is
not
just
on
weird as
pattern. We
fuck.
lost 2 in a row.
Well, no, talking about the JJ McCarthy thing though, because if you think
Oh, okay,
it
okay.
was on the road, right? Against especially against the NFC
Yeah.
NFC North opponent as well. And he goes, has the same exact stat line, and then we come back home. So meaning let's hope that this Ravens game doesn't, and it's a bird. Holy shit, this shit getting weirder and weirder
Buck
by
the
the minute.
trend. We got buck the
Hey,
trend. We
hey,
got buck.
let's just hope this game looks nothing like the Atlanta Falcons
Yeah, right? Shoot. But I would agree with you, Randy, but I'm letting my fandom kinda, jade me a little bit. Because in that game yesterday, it wasn't just JJ McCarthy to me. That's gonna stay the same. I just want to see him progress. I'm not looking at him to put the team on his back every week and be the guy. I want to see his progression. What's given me a shot of expectation again is
Oh
that
boy.
everybody that we went out and we whether gave money to in the off season, whether that be Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, having Van Ginkel playing again, um, Blake Cashman is fully healthy again. This offensive line is actually blocking again. That's given me hope to say, you know what? Jonathan Allen looked pretty good yesterday.
Oh
Javon
God.
Hargrave looked pretty damn good yesterday.
they
Van
did.
Ginkel's fully
It
healthy. Like
true.
this defense looked like the defense that we expected to see
Mhm,
to start the season. And I
mhm.
know it's one game and I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I can't help but have an extra bit of expectation now that I've seen what we invested in the offseason actually come to fruition. And I've seen the potential of this team against one of the better teams in the league. Now, the
Mhm.
thing is can we do that consistently? Can we get consistent performance from Jonathan Allen and Hargrave? And can Van Ginkel stay healthy the entire year? Can Cashman stay healthy the entire year? Can this offensive line get healthier throughout the year? Which they said Ryan Kelly's back. Ryan Kelly ain't coming back this year. I think
Yeah.
Blake Brandell is going to hold down that center spot.
Yep.
So everybody's kind of getting healthy right now. And I can't help but be excited for the potential of this team. I'm not on Super Bowl Vikings right now, but I'm at the point to where it's like, okay, we can talk about playoffs still. We can talk about playoffs a little bit here. We got some movement. We got some movement.
Yeah.
So as in last week, I was like, okay, it's just about JJ McCarthy's progression. That's all we need to worry about now. Now we got a little something extra to
Yeah.
be motivated for, you know?
Yep.
Good for you,
And
man.
all teams, we know this, right? Good teams start playing good football in November. Like that is a fact. So like our unit being together, like yesterday, seeing that our whole defensive unit was together and we saw how they were able to play together.
Yeah.
Like that's a great sign, bro. Like I agree with you, SK. Like I'll buy into it as well. Like the main thing is being able to stay healthy. This goes back to again the front office not having players that we are able to develop that can really, everybody likes to use the phrase next man up. We
Yep.
can't use that phrase in Minnesota, bruh.
Nope.
Like we don't have that. Like
Nope.
we need our starters to be starters the whole year. And realistic, that's not realistic in the NFL because I mean it's a brutal sport, bro. These dudes going around there smacking each other left and right. People get injured, man. And then once that happens, we lose a Van Ginkel, we lose a Cashman. Dog, you see,
It's a big
we
hit.
pay the price, bro. It's
Mhm.
a hit. So man, I don't know, but hey, as long as we can stay healthy, man, I'm buying into it. SK, I think we can ball like that over and over again. What we saw yesterday, we can see a replica of that. And going up against a team that doesn't have as good of an offense, we should be able to blow shit out. And we got some games on the schedule remaining that we can win big.
Yeah, and we're looking at as a business. I'm not a businessman, but as any businessman, you want a return on your investment. And we finally saw a little bit of return on our investments this past offseason. We just got to get it consistently week in and week out. And we'll feel a whole lot better about the money we gave Jonathan Allen, the money we gave Hargrave. And hell, we haven't even mentioned this guy yet. We've been on for what, 45 minutes now? Why have we not mentioned Eric Wilson? Eric Wilson is having a
Shout out, boy.
ridiculous
Mhm.
start to the season for us. He wasn't expected to be a starter. We signed him to be a special teams guy. He has assumed that role, and we've even beat this guy up throughout the first 7-8 weeks of the season. Ivan Pace looked good yesterday,
Yeah.
but
Everybody.
Yesterday,
the-
yes.
that's
Yeah.
because Brian Flores, I think he's figured out, okay, this is when I can use Eric Wilson. This is when I can use Ivan Pace. And there's a whole lot of blitzing from that linebacker position. And Ivan Pace, that's one thing he's great at is see ball, get ball. All we
Yeah.
asked him to do was blitz the quarterback and run Jahmyr Gibbs over time and time again. And that's exactly what he did. Same with Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson
Yeah.
just seems like he has more intangibles for a linebacker, whether that be pass covers. He's not a great pass cover linebacker.
Bro, he's
but
real. I don't know why you keep saying that, bro.
He's
You said
not.
that, like, bro. Yes,
He's
he's
not.
known to, bro. Do you gotta go do
No.
you gotta go look up Eric Wilson, bro. Eric Wilson has always been known to be a really good pass coverage linebacker, bro. Like,
No.
man, this man get interceptions. Go look at his stats.
He's
telling
got
you,
what,
bro.
2 interceptions? Look, I'm not gonna downplay Eric Wilson. This is not the time to downplay Eric. So you're
Nah,
not
Eric Wilson, that boy. Nah,
you're not
he's
gonna bait
balling.
me. Eric Wilson is having an amazing start to this season. And again, as much as we bash Kwesi in his drafting, that was a great pickup by going out there and signing Eric Wilson and
facts.
seeing what he's actually doing on the defensive side of the ball, not just in special teams. Now, if our other investments can do that more consistently, hey, listen, fix your draft, and we got a fucking great GM here. But time will tell on that one. But shout out Eric Wilson, looking great. And one last thing before we move on to our picks. I got to give KOC some credit here. We mentioned the play calling was a lot better in this game. But the biggest thing for me is I saw adjustments in the play calling. This wasn't just, a one-off game to where we were kind of we had the same game plan and it was just a bad matchup for the Lions. No, there was a lot of quick passing. There was a lot of, tunnel screens and kind of dump offs to Aaron Jones, which Aaron Jones looked great until he got injured. So a lot of people looked good and came to play. But I saw adjustments within the play calling and within the scheme from KOC that allowed JJ McCarthy to be successful. So I got to give KOC credit there after a terrible week against the Chargers and honestly a terrible start of the year regards to play calling. He made up for it and he adjusted, and it was obviously a success against the Lions. Let's hope he can continue to make those adjustments throughout the season. And I don't see why JJ McCarthy doesn't progress tremendously throughout this year. So shout out KLC, Aaron Jones, Eric Wilson, Ivan Pace, pretty much everybody but Tavier Thomas.
Yeah.
So, everybody did great.
I'm gonna say
much.
KOC still needs to learn how to make adjustments towards the end of the games as well as in the red zone. That's still an issue that he has yet to overcome. But I will say this, on the defensive side of the ball, they were very impressive. This is one of the best offenses in the league. And the way that they shut down that run game and put Jared Goff in a position to where if you're going to win, you're going to have to do it by your arm. You're going to have to do it with your arm by your damn self, because Sonic and Knuckles, they're taking out the game. All right.
Yeah.
So if you got Sonic and Knuckles, yesterday's defense by the Vikings, they were Dr. Robotnik. That was a really, really good showing by that defense.
Yeah. Shout out Carrot with the $2 again, man. Appreciate you. Said if JJ is good, does that absolve the front office?
It definitely pads it. It definitely it's a little less sore, because if you get the quarterback position right, then you can fill in the other positions, whether that be through free agency. Hopefully you're able to develop some people in the draft, because if you don't, you're not going to have long-term success. But if you get that quarterback position right, that definitely eases the tension in that front office, because you got the hardest position to, I wouldn't say hardest position than necessarily what's the word? I had a brain fart right now, but to
get right,
analyze.
Like the hardest position to pick right. It really is low key.
It is, but then at the same time, it's not, because it all depends on your scheme and your system. Like it depends on the coaching staff and everything. He came into a great spot, or so we thought, or so we still may think. So if you get that quarterback position right, man, that eases a lot of pain. You got to pull back, because when has a GM for the Vikings ever got the quarterback position right? If Kwesi does it, build the man a statue.
And then usually if you get the quarterback position right, you win in football games. So it's all going to play into that as well. Because if JJ is the guy, we're going to be winning a lot of football games. Period. Absolutely. That's just what it's going to be.
It absolves Kwesi. But regardless, the scouting department, they all need to be gone. We've seen enough. The jig is up. They don't know how to draft players. I mean, hell, you can get lucky once in a while with the players that we did get. I mean, Jordan Addison, with the way that they have drafted collectively over these 4 years, do we really believe that the front office, the total front office, everybody, including the scouting department, really believed that Jordan Addison was going to be this guy? Probably not, based off of the other picks that they have made that didn't pan out. You'll still give them credit for it, but the low return on investments, especially in the draft, it tells me that, like, no matter what, they're not going to change their ways. I'm all down for collaboration. They just need to collab with other individuals, with smarter individuals. That scouting department must go, as well as Chris
Randy ain't letting up on that shit.
They're
not letting it go.
They're gonna give them another year, I think. Unfortunately,
it would be a massive mistake
unless things goes like completely sideways, which it seems like they have as far as draft picks for the most part. I think Kwesi will ride it out with that scouting department.
But do we even get that news broken? Like, who breaks that news? Because
I'm sure we'll know.
Because I've never heard I've been covering them for a minute. I've been covering it for a minute, covering the Vikings and Randy, obviously you too, SK. Y'all been covering the Vikings longer than me. And have y'all ever has there ever been just tweets from Rappaport and shit saying the Vikings released the scouting personnel?
No.
I mean, I'm just curious on how do we know that they're actually making moves in that department.
It
I've
would be
never
from a
seen.
local reporter. It would be from
Oh, okay,
a
like from
Kevin
like Alec
Seifert,
Lewis or some shit. Yeah.
maybe a Ben Gosling. It would be from a
Okay.
local reporter that would give that more in-depth kind of thing. So we wouldn't get
Yeah.
that from Ian Rappaport or anything.
Because I was
So
saying
we
that.
don't
The
know.
reason why I asked too is I was saying that on my show the other night where I'm like, yo, that is news that needs to be broken. Like
Yeah.
for real. Like don't let that, because I feel like there's probably moves that get made like that we
Mhm.
just won't know about. Like they
Yeah.
let this person go and that person go, and they bring in new scouts, and we just don't hear about it. Nobody really talks about it because they don't think it's important. But I think it's important, bro. Like I want to know.
Yeah.
Who is the person that's going out and looking at these linebackers? Who's looking at these cornerbacks? Who are you sending to these camps and these games and shit? Because they need to be brought up to center stage so we can see what the hell's going on and maybe do a background check, figure out why they keep getting this shit wrong. You know what I'm
Hold them
saying?
accountable. Hold them
Yeah,
accountable.
hold accountability, bro, is what we're here
Accountability.
to do, bro. Like for real.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on the Vikings team page, and they
Yeah.
show everybody in the scouting department and the front office.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a screenshot like right after this live stream, so that
Yeah.
way I can get everybody's names and pictures, and I'm gonna compare that. If we get no news at all
Yeah.
in the off season about the front office, if we get no news about the front office, I'm gonna double check next year the
Yeah.
scouting department, and I'm gonna match them up and say, okay, are
Yep.
these the same pictures from last year? Oh, that's a
Yeah.
new guy. That's a new
Okay.
woman right there. Okay,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right. We got some changes, even though it hasn't been reported. I am
Yeah.
on they ass. These dudes
Oh.
suck.
You're on Randy watch.
Yeah,
Yup.
let's
You're on
go,
Randy
man. Let's go. So I am on to something. Like it isn't something that gets talked about enough in the main media or even just our insiders specifically. I just think it isn't talked about enough when it comes to the scouting department and so on and so forth. I think those things need to be brought to the light so we know.
But they will report who the Chiefs tight end is dating, though, just not scouting.
Yeah, they'll report that, of course. You know,
So, but
they'll
that
report
takes us
that.
to our Sizzling 7. I don't have the last. Well, it wasn't last week's. The week before's. Did you guys do game picks last week or no?
We didn't do them. Yeah. So
Okay.
this will be week 7's, right? Was this the ones you're about to read, or are we just gonna
No,
pick new ones right now?
I don't have my notebook in front of me, so we'll
Oh,
have to
okay.
recap those on next week's show.
All
But
right,
I
cool.
do have our Sizzling 7 games for this week coming up, and we got some good ones.
All right.
So we'll recap, which would be week 7's games. We'll recap those next week in week 10, just so we can get caught up on our rankings. So
And we didn't do week 8.
yeah,
right.
didn't do week 8. We're missing weeks, guys. I'm sorry, we're
Yeah.
missing weeks. We got lives going on over here.
Or did hold on real quick. We did week 8. We didn't do week 9.
Yes, you
It's
didn't.
me
do
and
week 9.
Randy.
Week
Yeah,
8,
we
yeah,
didn't
we
do
did
week 9.
week
That's
8.
what it is. Yeah.
So we'll have week 8's picks
Yeah.
and the results of those next week.
You know, we just gotta watch you, SK. We gotta watch you. You know what I
Y'all
mean? We
gotta
gotta
watch
watch you. We gotta watch him, boy. Gotta watch
I
him.
hope you guys are keeping track out there. I hope you're keeping track. So first game on the docket this week, Jacksonville at the Houston Texans, who are without CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Davis Mills is a starting quarterback for the Texans. But again, that AFC South is really weird and quirky, and they have some really random, weird games. So
Yeah.
Jacksonville at the Houston Texans. Who you guys got? Now, Rap, I'm assuming you're probably still in first place.
Yeah.
If not,
I'm in first, so I'll go for I'm
So Rap,
definitely
go ahead
still in
and go
first. Don't
first.
worry about it. I'm definitely. To be honest with you, man, I'm gonna pick the Jaguars, but I will say I respect what the Texans did with the quarterback position with Davis Mills. I know you mentioned Davis Mills because he's been with them. They drafted him coming out of Stanford and
Solid guy.
coming out of Stanford, and he I think he played at Stanford if I'm not mistaken. It was one of those red and white schools. I believe it was Stanford, but like he's been with so I say that to say like they can still be competitive with him. Like he's been part of the Texans from the beginning and always has been QB2. And I remember one year he started, but I still think the Jaguars are going to be a little too much, man. Did they win this week? Yeah, they won on a bullshit ass field goal, right? Like I think they won in overtime. They won in overtime. That's right. Geno Smith got down.
Oh yeah. They didn't get the
2-point conversion. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going Jacksonville, man.
All right. I'm gonna go Jacksonville too. I'm gonna go
Same.
Jacksonville too. Same. All right. We're all going Jacksonville here. All right. Moving to this game might be a little bit tougher to pick. This is our other toilet bowl. This is actually definitely our toilet bowl of the week. Cleveland at the New York Jets.
Bro, you couldn't pick any other game. Bro, you're
God.
telling me there's not any
That's
other
the worst
game
game
on
of
there
the
to
season.
replace
That's
that
a
shit?
tough game to pick. Who you
Bro,
picking?
like
Who you picking? I mean, do you want like
and it might be a good defensive game though, I will say.
that's what I'm saying. Would you
Very
rather bet on the Bills versus the Dolphins? That's an easy one to pick. I mean, Falcons and Colts.
I will say Falcons and Colts might be a good one. Hey, you
Raiders,
saw what the Colts
Broncos.
look like.
Saints, Panthers, like
Yeah.
those are our only other options. Cardinals.
All right, we'll pick this. We'll pick this one. All right, we'll pick this one. All right, I think it's gonna be a good defensive game. I'm gonna give it to the Jets, man. I think the Jets gonna find a way to win again. They coming off a high, man. They got a nice win, put up over 30 points in their last game. I think they feel good. Justin Fields obviously isn't a great quarterback, but I think he's good enough to beat the Browns. The Browns are just a mess. I'm just being honest with you. Dylan Gabriel is by far the worst quarterback. Have y'all watched Dylan Gabriel play football yet?
Yeah, we watched.
Yeah, he played against the Vikings. Yeah,
no, but have y'all watched them play it other than us?
Not really.
Man, this dude is, bro, listen. Yeah, give me the Jets, bro. Give me the Jets.
I'm gonna go Cleveland here. I think Cleveland has a better defense. I think they have the better offense and defensive lines. And I think it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be like a 10-9 game. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Okay.
Well, there's
Shador might start.
They're not going to start him. They have a vendetta against.
Yeah,
this
they
dude,
do.
but-
They do. They really.
But I
do.
will say that if Cleveland is going to have any spark, I saw the news that Kevin Stefanski, hey, KOC, take notes.
Yep.
Kevin
I heard about it.
Stefanski
Yep.
delegated play calling duties to somebody else. I don't know who it is. I'm guessing it's the offensive coordinator, so that may give them a spark. That said, comes down to Justin Fields versus Dylan Gabriel. Who can suck the least? Give me the Jets.
All right. Okay. Got me a little
Taking
come
the
up there. All right.
A little come up.
Next game, I believe this is the Sunday night game. Pittsburgh at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Give me
Steelers.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Give me
I'm gonna go
Pittsburgh.
Steelers too. Chargers are just too inconsistent for the two up and down.
Yeah.
Two up and
They'll
down.
win one, lose one. Win one, lose one.
Yeah.
It's just,
Pitt-
I ain't
Pitt-
going
Well,
with it.
they
Pittsburgh-
lost Joe Alt for the year,
Yeah.
which is tough. So, like, both
Oh.
of their starting tackles are done. They're
Yep.
going to struggle the rest of the way, especially in that division. Going up against the Broncos again at some point, that defense is going to light them up.
They would
Yeah.
have Joe Alt. The only game of the season was against the Vikings.
I know, right?
I think they had
Yeah,
him in
of
week
course.
1 and he got injured.
Hey, Joe, it doesn't matter. Even if they didn't have him, we weren't winning that football game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
All right. Next game on the docket, the Los Angeles Rams at the San Francisco 49ers. I believe Mac Jones is probably going to start again, if I'm not mistaken. But he's been playing good. But these Rams might be the best team in the NFC.
Oh yeah,
They're
give me the
playing
Rams. bro.
really good right now.
Yeah, give me the Rams.
I'm going to
Rams,
say the Niners. Divisional
Okay.
games, they're always tricky.
they are.
They are.
I'm
And the
gonna go
Niners
Rams.
are tough enough that I think they can pull off the upset.
Okay. I'm
I'm
going Rams.
I'm going
Give me the
Rams here. I think
Yeah, I
Rams
got
got a
to go
really good team. Next game on the docket. This is the Monday night game. So
Boo.
we'd be live. So I can either this is a good game. I can either change it to a different game, or we can just rock out while we're going live. But Philly at Green Bay.
Too bad I can't see it. ESPN, you sons of bitches. Like, yeah, you greedy ass motherfuckers. You have all the money on the planet, and you're trying to strong arm YouTube TV into raising the prices. Or really, you put out these bullshit ass messages as far as bring our sports back. YouTube TV, they're the big bad wolf, and they're trying to keep you from sports. No, YouTube TV specifically is like we are trying to keep the prices affordable for consumers. We're not
Mhm.
trying to get crazy with it. Not to
Yeah.
say that YouTube hasn't raised prices before, but these networks, I mean, it's always a constant battle, a tug of war. But this shit right here by ESPN, and especially having all your big names make the same prepared statement videos. Oh, well, hey, you could lose your sports, your ESPN packages. You call YouTube TV or
Keep
send this message.
mynetworks.com.
Keep my networks.com. Hey, here's the deal. Here's the deal. ESPN and Disney, you bum asses. I don't need First Take. I don't need Get Up. I like Pat McAfee, but I will give him views on his YouTube channel
Yep.
because he owns that. And
Mhm.
all it comes down to is Monday Night Football. I don't give a damn. Guess what? As far as with the Vikings, we are good. We don't
Yep.
have a Monday Night Football game the rest of this
We're
season.
good.
Yeah.
So, who's playing? I mean, I'm not going to watch it. I ain't paying.
You just
no
went
more
on it.
money.
You just went on a very.
Because it's they're
And I
so
will tell
greedy.
you, yeah, and I will tell you this, Randy. I'm not gonna promote anything, man. But if you want to watch the game, just let me know, bro. I got you, bro. I got you.
Hey, no, I was about to say I got my own app. Just
I
holler
got
at
you, bro. And look, man, I
me. Holler
never.
at me.
First of all, people that, and I don't want to. Let's not say anything too crazy because we don't want to get blocked or anything. But when you paying to watch NFL, man, I get NFL Red Zone, Sunday Package, man, all of that for the free ski. Let's go, man. Shout out to the internet.
Hit one of us. I got my own
hit us
app.
up, bro. I got you.
I have a literal app called SKOL.
Don't ever pay to watch
Holler
NFL
at
football,
like,
bro. Never.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
UFC or boxing, anything. No, never pay. Never.
Slide in the DMs. I got
Slide
you.
in DM, bro.
Slide
We
in the
got
DMs. I got you. So
Let's
next
put that
game. Oh no, Philly Green Bay. Philly Green Bay. Who you got? Rap first.
Give me Philly. Yeah,
Philly.
I'm
going
the Eagles as well.
It's just like I'm feeling like Green Bay is gonna bounce back against Philly, but I just can't bet against Philly, man. And it's Green Bay. I'm gonna go Philly too. So we're all going Philly?
Yeah.
Okay. Next game, which I think is gonna be the game of the week next week. New England Patriots at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The New England Patriots coming up looking good. The Bucks
That's a good game.
also looking really good, coming off a bye, getting healthy. Who we got, Rap?
Give me the damn, this is a really good game.
Yeah,
This might be one of the better games.
That's
This might be one of the better games. Give me Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Give me Tampa Bay. And I'm really just going on a limb right now. I think it's going to be a really competitive game. Good game. I think it's swing either way, but I'll take Tampa coming off a bye.
Yeah, I'm going Tampa too.
Where's the game at?
It's in Tampa. I just think the experience factor is going to show up in this game for Tampa Bay. New England's young. Drake May is young. Looking great.
But they balling. Yeah.
They're balling.
They young, but they
balling. Mike Vrabel got them boys balling over there.
Nah, they for real.
I really like Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is a legitimate contender in the NFC, and they're at home, coming off a bye, getting healthy. I got to go Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Bucks too. I really want to go with the Pats on this one, but it's something about being on the road against a team of that quality. They're a tough ass football team. The Bucks are that. I gotta go Bucks.
Okay. Hey, SK, Too Evil said, declare your love for Pace Gang, bro.
No, not after one game. That's like hitting the chick one time and falling in love. I'm not doing that. Come on now. I'm just here for a good time.
I know that's
so
right.
That brings us to our last game and the most important game for us. The Baltimore Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings. We are underdogs at home here. What we got, Rap?
Give me the Vikings by a landslide. Let's go.
Call me crazy. Call me crazy, Randy. I'm going the Vikings. Call me crazy.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
You know what to do, Randy.
Bro, we just beat. You know what the Lions did to the Ravens? You know what I'm saying?
That's true. They have
Randy,
no
you know what to
defense.
do.
They have no defense. The
Don't you
Vikings, at least
don't you
what they
trust
showed
yourself.
against Sonic and Knuckles against the Lions, I mean, they really shut down that run game. Derrick Henry is a different beast. This man is like a walking statue.
Yeah.
But I think if the defense can get quality stops and JJ McCarthy can keep doing what he's been doing, or at least the last game continue where he left off, I think it's going to be close doing the SK thing. It's going to be a tight game, but I'm
Don't do it.
I hate this team because I'm about to do this and they do the complete opposite. Whatever, I'm just like, all right, they're done.
Just go
They're
Ravens.
finished.
Do
They're
it
like,
for the
"Oh,
betterment of this
we're back."
football team,
Go
man.
Ravens,
back
bro.
better than ever.
Go
I'm gonna pick the Vikings. I'm picking the Vikings.
Randy.
Oh, son of a.
And just
I'm
because
changing my
just because I picked them, they're gonna shit the bed. That's
Okay,
Nah,
can
we
I-
got
can I-
this. We
Can
got
I
this.
switch
We
my
got
pick?
this.
Can I switch
Nah,
my pick now?
we got this, bro.
After Randy pick, can I switch mine?
No, we got this. Listen, chat. We are back, bro. We are so
let me
back.
switch?
You hear me? Like we got our quarterback back, man. You can see the difference in the
slide
team. That's
past
why
me,
the
team.
thumbnail was constructed the way it was. Confidence boost was the thumbnail title, and the title of the episode is JJ McCarthy's return gave the team hope. Period, bruh. Period. It did. It's not a coincidence that the first game he comes back, the team just starts playing like they played yesterday on national television. Let's go, man. We back. We all the way back.
Like a dog in the street.
Tell you what, Jonathan Grenard, he's gonna have to make plays. He's gonna have to make tackles in this one. Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
especially outside the pocket, he is
Yeah.
dangerous.
Hey,
gotta
he
make
will
plays
he
in the
will chase
backfield.
him down. He will gonna chase him down. He gonna be on that boy heels. Hey,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell you this too. Can we be honest here too, Randy and SK? Lamar Jackson hasn't been as dangerous on his legs, and he's coming off a hamstring too now. You know, so
That's
like,
true.
I mean,
That's true.
listen, he hasn't been as dangerous as we're used to this season thus far. Now I know he's missed multiple games, but I'm just saying he hasn't really been that guy that's out here breaking 30-yard runs and shit. He's been trying to stay in the pocket and throw. So, and he might still be trying to nurture that hammy just a little bit, bro, just a little bit. So we'll see. I don't think he's gonna be going off like we think. He might get a couple runs here and there for a little 8 yards, 9 yards, but nothing crazy.
I'm not confident. I'm not confident.
You're not confident?
I want to switch my pick back to Baltimore, Randy.
Well, switch it.
All right,
Switch
I'm going Baltimore.
Go.
I'm going Baltimore.
Yeah.
All right.
Go.
I'm going
You're not a
Baltimore.
true fan then, SK.
Just know you will be crucified next Monday on
Hey.
this live stream.
Hey,
Episode
listen.
49 will be your crucifixion.
If we win the game,
Is that a word?
I'll
Sounds
eat
like a
crow.
good ass word.
I'll
Hey,
eat
it
crow
sounds like
all-
it works for me. I'll
eat
let
crow
it go.
all next week. So we'll see. Well, if we get a
Yeah.
win, I'll eat crow. Hey, it is what it is. I'll gladly take that.
No, you'll eat Raven.
Raven, there we go. Eat Raven. Same shit, right?
Yeah, I guess they are the same shit.
But that wraps up our Sizzling 7. Man, it's a good show. Anything you guys want to leave the people with before we get out of here?
Hold your ground, YouTube TV, ESPN, and Disney. They are some clowns. Hold your ground. The hell I look like spending more money to watch only Monday Night Football between. Yo, who's playing tonight? Isn't it like the Cardinals and the Panthers or some shit?
Oh,
like
the
that?
Cardinals and the Cowboys. Yeah.
Oh,
All
the
them
Cardinals
Cowboy
and the
fans.
Cowboys. We're missing out on so much right now. What am I gonna do without Stephen A. Smith just screaming left and right? What am I gonna do without Mike Greenberg on Get Up?
Yeah.
And everybody's saying just the cliche stuff all the time. Man, y'all can take y'all propaganda and get our sports back. Man, F off. Hold your ground, YouTube TV.
If y'all don't know, Randy really has an issue going on here with what's going on with these networks. All right, these big networks. That's why y'all need to support
Personal.
people like me, Randy, and SK.
Hey,
Because
man.
we come on YouTube and give you guys the content. Now we ain't got the pads on it now. I got a helmet though. I'm gonna throw a helmet on for y'all.
got
You know
the
what I'm saying?
helmet.
Like,
I got the helmet.
I mean, but
You know?
no, I'll leave the people with this. Keep the confidence high, in my opinion. I know we are Vikings fans and we've seen this movie over and over again. But what I will say is coming off a win against arguably the best team in the NFL. All right. I'm going to just keep it honest because everybody was glazing them in that regard. So I'm using it. All right. They were the best team in the NFL until we went in there and whooped their ass because that game really should have been a blowout. I'm confident in this team and you should be too, man. We are all the way back, baby. Let's go.
That's right. Well, you got me going, but I'm gonna stick with Baltimore. But,
I
but
tried to spell them.
Hey man, before we do get out of here, we got some milestones here at Purple Parlor that we're approaching. And we just need some assistance. We ain't asking for money. We ain't asking for handouts, but we're approaching 1,000 followers or subscribers here. I think we're at about right around 850, if I'm not mistaken. So everybody on this stream right now, I'm gonna need you to hit that like button. I'm gonna need you to hit that share button, comment, give us some interaction here because we're trying to get those numbers up, man. We appreciate the growth that we have had just in a year. It's just been a little over a year and we're approaching 1,000 subscribers. So the growth has been amazing with you guys, but we got a whole lot more growth to go. So make sure hit those super chats when you get a chance and obviously like and subscribe to our YouTube, but also go and follow us on TikTok at Purple Parlor 4 and on Instagram at Purple Parlor 1. That's where we post a lot of our clips as well as on YouTube. Reels and all those fun interacting things. If you don't already, get on that TikTok because that TikTok is active over there for Purple Parlor. So make sure you guys tap in with us over there. But man, great show, fellas. Great show. Everybody tapping in with us. Vikings back to 4-4. We got a shot of confidence moving on to week 10 against these Baltimore Ravens. And hey, if we beat these Ravens, man, we're all the way back. All the way the fuck back. So appreciate you guys for tapping in, man. This is the Purple Parlor. It's SK, Realistic, Randy, Rap. Until next Monday. Peace.